I'm here at ProFusion Expo in Toronto, Canada, and what you see behind me, this is pretty much a trade show floor. Now, what I would say is this is more a photo-video hybrid trade show, and they have a lot of really great vendors in a small, and I would probably say more intimate setting than what we have in the US with the large convention centers and you have to walk forever. Pretty much you just get here, you come on the second floor, and now you have this trade show, and they have a lot of great things to show us. I mean, this is probably one of the best trade show that I have been to in North America in terms of just the quality of vendors in general that are here, and also the fact that you can network and meet with both photos and video vendors. This is something that is not easily done in the US because we have a lot of photos or video specific trade shows, and it's just one of those things where I like to just be here in general because you get to talk to, for example, the sound people like Zoom, Sennheiser, and all these other companies that are there. RED is here to demo their cameras, and they have their cameras out. Aperture Lighting, you have Blackmagic here, and you also have the big camera companies, Nikon, Canon, Sony, everyone's kind of out here at this trade show. And you also have, for example, Nanlite, and there's this car right behind me, this Ford truck that has a boom mount onto it. So we're gonna take a quick tour of the trade show before everything starts up, so you have a chance to see what I'm talking about. All right, so behind me, this is Nanlite, and they're showcasing all their big lights that you can use in a studio production and everything. They have different type of reflectors here, which are really awesome. I mean, this is one of the great places to really come and see all the products that they have to offer. They also have a Ford F-150 that has been converted and modified so that you can get a boom on the very top, and it may be hard to see right now because I'm really backlight. This is in the morning, so the light's coming into the convention center. A very tough situation to pretty much light in general, but you see that truck right there, that's pretty much for any type of like filming, especially if you're doing like a rig or anything. That's really cool. And over on this side, pretty much behind me right now, this is Sony booth. So Sony, you get a chance to meet their tech rep and everything to learn more about their products that they have to offer. And they also have an area where you can pretty much photograph live model, and this is like a dual stage, so there's one side that you can photograph, the other side you can photograph as well. And you have all these other vendors here too at ProFusion. For example, one of the companies that I use a lot of their products but you don't really see them as much as trade show is Small Rig. I like a lot of their clamps, I like a lot of their, I would probably say cages for the camera. That works really well. All right, in continuing the tour before everything started up, we have Tenba, we have Benro, we have Shimoda bag. We also have, for instance, Peak Design back here, and I actually came to these trade shows or anything that I travel lately has been through with a Peak Design bag. So I really love their bag in terms of utility and just how much you can pack in. All right, and this is my home booth at the trade show. This is BenQ booth. We have pretty much all the SW lineup. So from the 240 to the 321C. And it's just one of those really great places where you can really come see the display. In fact, we have the two 27-inch next to each other. One of them is a 2K, the other one's a 4K. And this really gives customer a great opportunity to see those two displays side by side, because one of those things is that I'll tell you right now is that the 4K display works with Macintosh just fine, along with the 2K. With the M1 chip and everything, there's really no problem. The only thing about them is that there is a difference in pixels per inch, and I can describe it on the video forever, but if you get a chance to come see these things in person side by side at a trade show, I highly recommend that, because it is a different experience to see it in person, and this way you can figure out what is going to be best suited for your workflow. Now, across from us is ProPhoto, and they have a demonstration stage, they have lighting to show. I mean, they have a lot of things going on this trade show. Let's continue on our walk a little bit. ProPhoto. And we have Westcott that is showing their lighting product. And I also use Westcott light stand a lot in my studio, so I really love their stuff, especially the piston type light stand that doesn't like smack down when you do that. It just slowly comes down. I really love that, the air compressed light stand. This is Blackmagic behind me. So Blackmagic is even out here showcasing their product and everything. They have a whole editing setup and everything to show you. And this is one of the great opportunities you can come out to talk to Blackmagic expert about DaVinci Resolve, about the products that they have to offer. And we're gonna be doing some videos on Blackmagic products soon. I know that many of you have questions on how to use a hardware calibrated display along with a Blackmagic clean output device. So I'm gonna have something on that for us really soon. Behind me, this is Aperture Lighting, so you can really see all their lighting products again. And we have some backdrop companies and everything behind us, which is pretty neat. I'm walking through a lighting company right now, so I'm like literally super bright. See? Ooh, strong edge light. Some of you are gonna comment saying that's overexposed. Well, I'm just doing one person handheld filming, so it is what it is. Right behind me, this is RED camera, and I have been wanting to get my hands on a RED Komodo for a long time. They have a RED Komodo showcasing here, so that was really great. One of their reps here, James, is really awesome. He was showing, oh, this is James right here. James, say hi to the camera for me.
Hey guys, how we doing?
So this is James from RED Camera, and he was showing the RED Komodo to me yesterday with just pretty much all the functions. I mean, let me put it this way. This 5-minute conversation with James tells me a lot more about what the camera can do than watching a whole bunch of YouTube review videos. So at some point, I'm going to be setting up an appointment with James to go and just test out the Komodo, because that's one of those like unicorn for me that I definitely want to try out. So James, thank you so much.
No problem. And if anyone wants to do this, feel free to reach out to your RED authorized partner or to red.com as well, and we'll be happy to set something up as well.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So yeah, like I said, I mean, you get a chance to really meet a lot of great people here. In fact, Roscoe is also out here. I mean, I've been using their gels for a very long time, and they're out here showcasing their product here too. And something you don't see that much at trade shows, this is ARRI. They're showing their lighting product. They're showing some of their cinema cameras, although this is just like during the setup, so their cinema camera's not out yet. And during this trade show as well, this ProFusion trade show, there's also different stages you can present on. In fact, I was presenting on one of the stages today, and I'll cut to that clip in just a moment. So let's continue on with the tour. So right in this corner, what we have is Manfrotto tripod. We also have Gitzo. I use Gitzo tripod. In fact, I travel with Gitzo tripod right now. I have a series 2 that I have to use in my hotel room to prop up like my camera when I was on stage filming myself. We have Joby. I love their tripod heads to use in different scenarios. We have Lowepro. I also have that camera bag. If you start to get a theme here, I probably own too many camera bags. Now, the other great thing about this trade show is that we also have Hasselblad, but we also have DJI behind us, and they were showcasing their drones and everything in their booth, which is really awesome. So let's take a quick look at their booth. I know they're setting up right now, but I just want to kind of quickly show you this. So yeah, this is pretty much DJI. They will fly their drone in this little cage net area, so you can really see what's going on, but that's pretty much them setting up right now with all their drones. Really cool. Another company that you will see here as well is Epson. Now, Epson rarely would come out to any type of trade show at all, and the fact that you get the chance to see Epson printers in person like this is really great. In fact, that's Dano there, one of my friends sitting behind the counter. Dano, say hello to the camera. There you go. I know, right? Yeah, we're well lit by Aperture lighting. And in this corner, we pretty much have Canon camera. Let's continue down a little bit. So one of the great things about this place I like is that there are all these other companies that are there. For example, Laowa is here. And if you don't know about Laowa, they make macro lenses for cameras with different mounts. And I was able to get a chance to try my hands on a few macro lenses yesterday, and I was pretty much mind blown. I have always been looking at a lens. I always wanted to get one, but until you really try and play with a macro in person, especially their wide angle macro lens, you don't really get a sense of how close you can be to the subject or to the object you're photographing, and being able to test that out is really great. This is my friend Will here. He was showing this to me yesterday, and later on, GC Giancarlo will be here helping him out at the booth with Terra tools and everything. But yeah, these are all the lenses that they have to showcase in their case here, but they don't have all the mounts, you know, in all the, I would say, focal lengths per se, but it is really a great place to just come and try it out. And even though you may not have the focal length that you want, you will be able to get a chance to see how that works. We have Tamron. I have one of their long lenses that I use, which is the 150-600. Love that lens to capture the moon. I mean, it's really awesome. Hahnemuller, really great paper mill company. We also have Wacom, that's pretty much right over my shoulder right now, showcasing some products. And one of the companies I use a lot of products on a daily basis, in fact, every time I'm in the studio, is Godox. Anytime I go out on a location shoot too, for both still and video, I use Godox. I use Godox LED light in my studio, and I use Godox flash product or strobe product in my daily shoot that I would do headshots or anything like that. It's all powered by Godox. That's the stage I presented at yesterday. And the other company that you get the chance to really see here at this trade show is Lilliput, which they don't actually come out to trade shows that often at all. You probably see them at NAB in the US, but any of the photo trade show in the US, I mean, they're not really gonna come out, but they have their entire product line here too. So if you're looking for any type of monitor for a video workflow, they would definitely be another contender to consider, in addition to, for example, the bigger name in the industry, which would be like the Atomos or anything like that. We have Calibrite booth here. This is my friend here, Brenda, at the booth, and she's pretty much showcasing all of the products that are available from Calibrite, including many of the color checker charts that you can choose from. And there is a new color checker photo video that's out, which is this device right here. And it's okay.
Color checker passport duo.
All right, so it's called the Color Checker Passport Duo. I need to get my names correct, but anyway, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get this on the channel, and then we're gonna do a in-depth deep dive review of it. I'm gonna talk to you about why I think this is a really great product too, because guess what? Before I filmed this video, I was white balancing on a Color Checker Passport that I always carry with me. All right, now another camera company that I love to see out at the trade show would be Panasonic. Again, rarely you ever see them, but I use their product on a daily basis. As I showed you before, we have Sony right behind us there, and it's a little bit bright. The light's undulating in the morning a little bit, so it may be a little bit difficult to see. Different tripod companies that are out here to showcase stuff. We have also Nikon out. I mean, you will never see in the US right now a Nikon booth like this. Maybe next year would be different, but so far Nikon has been on such a limited capacity going out to trade show in the US. But here they have everything showcasing all their cameras, everything is Z9. It's kind of neat. Another company that I use their product from is Sennheiser. So I pretty much use exclusively their AVX wireless transmission and also MKE2 microphone in my studio to do any type of filming. So yeah, Sennheiser is a company that I use a lot of their products for in the filming. We also have Atomos out here in this corner. So this right behind me in the corner is pretty much Atomos, and they're showcasing their monitors, products that they have to offer. Fujifilm is out here showcasing their camera. I mean, this is really cool. And another company that I use their product pretty much on a daily basis as I film is Zoom. And Zoom is out here showcasing all of their recording devices, which I think is really great. Again, it's one of those things that is really great to see in person. For example, the two devices I haven't seen before, one of them would be the Zoom F6. This is pretty much a 32-bit 6-input floating point recorder that pretty much, well, similar to what I'm using right now is Zoom F2, which is a floating point recorder, so I don't have to worry about sound level. But they also have the new Zoom F3 as well, and I didn't know how big this device is from just looking at a picture on the web. So again, it's one of those things you get a chance to come and see these products in person, and it really makes a big difference because you now get a chance to touch and feel the product, and there's really no experience like just being together in person again after, I would say, like a 2 or 3 year hiatus from the pandemic and everything. Sigma's out here, and that pretty much will conclude the trade show tour that I have. But all these companies that I am highlighting right now, in some capacity or in some things that I do, I have one of or more of their product that I'm using on my daily workflow. All right, so now that you have a brief opportunity to tour through ProFusion Expo by Vistek trade show with me, now you have a chance to see why I think this is one of the best photo video trade show in North America, because you have all these heavy hitters that are here for both photo and video, and it's really hard to get something like this in the US. Now, one of the things they also tell me as well is that Vistek in Canada pretty much sells to all the different entities, business to consumer, business to commercial, or business to business per se. So they have a lot of wide customer base, and they're not just doing like consumer only or business only, but they have pretty much a wide division that deals with everything. And that's the reason why all these vendors want to come out and showcase their product. But anyway, this is Art, and I'm signing out from Vistek. Don't forget this video a like. If you have any questions or comment, leave them below. And always subscribe and hit the bell if you're new. And Art we trust.